Sir David Amess.
More pearls of wisdom for the government to listen to. I'm delighted that we have reached the report stage of this landmark environment bill that examines our vital relationship with nature and how that affects wildlife generally. The Treasury-sponsored disruptive review on the economics of biodiversity calls for transformational change as our demands of nature outstrips its capacity to supply for us. Now, I'm delighted with our government's commitment to invest in new green industries to create jobs whilst protecting the environment. And I do welcome the Prime Minister's 10-point plan to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050, but we certainly need more charging points for electrical vehicles in Southend. But legislative changes need to be urgently implemented to ensure that our action towards the environment and animals are responsible and sustainable. Ultimately, if we damage the environment, we will destroy ecosystems that animals rely on. It is estimated that because of our activities over the last 200,000 years, the total amount of living matter on the planet has actually decreased by 50%. Shocking. As biomass falls, so does biodiversity. We see large depletions in insect numbers and bulky oceanic fish such as tuna and cod, and the conversion of natural habitats to agriculture. Most wildlife hotspots are now down to small percentages of their former ranges. So I want to see our country leading on these issues, and our presidency of the COP26 summit in November will, I hope, spur urgent action throughout the world. We should review our international aid budget directed towards global habitat and biodiversity protection, which unfortunately has recently fallen to below 0.5%. One way we can enhance domestic biodiversity and allow nature to recover is to rewild our seas, the uplands, peatlands, floodlands and coasts. We should ensure that at least 30% of our seas are no-take, no-activity marine conservation zones. I certainly do welcome the reintroduction of the beaver, and I hope we will be able to reintroduce many more species that were once native to England. This bill, I believe, Madam Deputy Speaker, will be critical in setting out how farmers protect nature and the environment. Intensive farming and the industrial fishing practices are two of the main drivers of biodiversity loss, and I'm sorry if that upsets colleagues who have many farms in their constituencies. But factory farming is unsustainable as a system that is polluting our air and water, killing our wildlife, degrading our soil and altering our climate. We are out of balance with nature and our environment. This must change. The natural world and the man-made world are closely linked, and therefore planning reforms should be legally implemented to enable nature's recovery, strengthen protections for sites designated for nature, and to increase developer contributions to nature's recovery. Our population continues to grow at a fast pace, which puts pressure on our green belts and countryside. I hope the government will not allow more of our green and open land to be covered by large-scale developments. So in conclusion, Madam Deputy Speaker, it's so important that we approach the challenge of building back better by creating a brighter future with respect for our environment and other living beings that we share our planet with. We must think sustainably about our health, the billions of sentient animals, and the protection of our precious planet, as I'm sure David Attenborough would agree with.